Welcome back to Anno 2005, already episode 5, so don't hesitate to check in the video description if you want to see the full playlist. Don't worry, each episode is very quick and you can see from start to finish all of the cool tips and tricks and progress. As promised in this episode, I wanted to first and foremost offline increase a lot our income. As you can see, we have a lot more of level 3 executive residents as well as level 2. You have to remember that you can't just have level 3, for example. Right now this is limited. I have the maximum number of level 3 based on my level 2. So if I want to have more level 3, I first need to get more level 2. It's a bit of a ratio if you wish. When I say increase, I think we ended the last episode around 6,000 something. Now we are at almost 15,000 executive. So definitely a big jump. By the way, this has gotten us to level 14 on the corporation. That's a big thing. One big change, of course, is we had to increase all of our productions to keep up with this. We were already using all of the water deposit on this island, so I also had to start the first water deposit on this island, as well as the second algae deposit over here. We had to increase, the rice. There is a full new rice production over here. I also had to continue increasing the vitamin production over here with this new farm on the side and this new condenser over here. It's obviously not very pretty to have it a bit on the side, but it's working. It's actually making quite a lot right now. So we could continue to expand a bit more, and we will in the future for sure. I've also continued to increase the rejuvenators. We finished this one, right? This one is completed. We've used all 6 of these production modules plus 5 maintenance modules to get it to 1 person, 1 workforce. It's really good. And we even have a second one there. Similarly there, right, we have used all of it. Actually here we have a mix between workforce and electricity, and I haven't put any on this side, so I need to do that just now. But yes, with this we're still positive on rejuvenators, which is great. Then we continue to also increase our luxury food production. We have this one where we added 6 production modules too, and it is costing a lot of people and electricity. So let's actually add one more. We've reached the limit now. And of course this required more beef, more soybean, and a lot more wine. We now have a pretty cool layout where, this is the first vineyard that is fully optimized, second vineyard also fully optimized, and then we have the third that we can still expand with 2 more over here and 2 more there, complete the set. And then it will be a pretty cool layout. Last but not least, we've actually unlocked a new production, the Intelliware. And this is not the simplest production because this requires both those microchips as well as the flax fiber. And the microchips require a new thing, which is the silicon. So this is what you have over here. We have a new mine first and foremost. This is a silicon mine, 3,000 of maintenance. This is a lot, obviously. Then this silicon goes over here to make some microchips. Again, a lot of maintenance, a lot of people too. And then those microchips will go into those mills to be transformed into Intelliware with a bit of fiber. The fiber is coming from over here, the flax. So that was definitely a very expensive and new production. But as you can see, we're making tons of money, more than 5,000 right now. Loving it. I also had to continue increasing the neuro implants, of course, so that's from the Arctic. So over here I added 1 more module. We're now at the maximum. So if we have more people, we're gonna need to build 1 more of this. So that's gonna be a challenge. But yeah, so far it was good. Speaking of the Arctic, now that we reached corporation level 14, we have passed, corporation level 12, which is when the second mission, the second regional mission comes into play. We can have, a new one here. The first mission is always pretty easy. Find the seal colony here, there, and there. Done. Let's see what else they ask of us. Second one, attach your combat drone. Yeah, not too hard, let's do it. Step 3 out of 7 will need to maintain a production surplus of super alloy of 20. And this will give us, by the way, logistics. The reality is I don't really need the logistics right away. So maybe we're gonna wait a bit to do this because it's probably gonna cost quite a bit of money. But at least we've started and we know what is the next step. Now you may remember that we are trying to make more money from the basin to develop on the moon, because the moon was expensive. And actually it was so expensive that I almost lost. I almost lost until I deleted everything. Now we're back to just the basics of, we just have miners and I'm sending them rejuvenators from the temperate region. So we're making a bit of money, we have a bit of people with this, but that's about it. Let me show you why. So first thing I wanted to do was to give them oxygen, right? So the oxygen mine is this one, maintenance cost 3,000. So we go from 5,000 to 2,000 already. Then we're gonna have obviously an oxygen separator. This is costing a 300 of maintenance for just one oxygen. Okay, right now I only need one, but I can guarantee you as soon as this grows, we're gonna need more than one. Then the next thing they need was those bio enhancers. Here over here, similarly, we have this building, it's only producing one for 750 of maintenance cost. But it also requires a new mine, right? A new mine that is over here, which also costs 3000 of maintenance. So we're already negative, and it also costs 200 electricity, which means we need another mine, right? We need one of those solar arrays, which is also 1000 of maintenance cost. So basically I was deep in the red with this. And the key reason in my opinion is because, one of those mines over here, this can support a lot. This is 20 of ice. It's not just one, right? It's 20 of ice. So basically to give oxygen, to a small city like this, I need one mine. But at the same time, to give oxygen to a city as big as all of this, probably, I also probably only need one mine, right? So the return will be a lot higher if my city were a lot bigger. So this is what I'm gonna plan to do is I'm going to first grow the city quite a lot, and then we're going to build, some of those mines and get, the income, a lot more income from those taxes. To do this, I do need one mine, which is the titanium mine, right? We need to start remaking this basic resource, obviously. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to get those titanium plating that are necessary to build, living residences, right? We'll also need a couple of chill generators. The good thing is they don't cost that much. They do cost electricity, so we'll need an electricity mine at some point, but we're not there yet. So it is, a few minutes have passed, and slowly but surely, as promised, I'm growing the lunar base. We have now almost 200 miners. That's really not a lot, but remember this because there's also only 3 people in each of these houses right now, because we're only giving the rejuvenators, no oxygen, bioenhancer, or even the repairs. We have actually unlocked all of this. So if we look over here, I could even build the repair, the maintenance station. This is over here, but this thing costs 3100 of electricity. This will put me not in the red, but will put me very low, because you're actually not getting a lot of money at all from that. So I'm going to continue growing this, but to be honest, I feel this is not going to be enough. We just need more money. At this level of difficulty, this is going to be a money pit. We don't have a lot of space left over here, so instead what I'm going to do is continue to expand. We're going to keep this for more productions, right? This is going to be really a production hub, and therefore we're going to go this side. Let's build this bridge over here. It's going to take 10 minutes and some resources. It is definitely costing quite a bit, but after that, we can build a new city over here. And of course, as always, BRG take this opportunity to attack me. So let's make sure that we go very soon to the Arctic to fix that. And now for step 2, we need 100 graphene, all good. And it's actually done automatically. We now have a road, and therefore now we can start building over here, right? This is available. By the way, I know I could calculate, everything. For example, we know how much money everything costs, we know how much money everything brings, right? I can multiply by the number of houses and things like this. So I could, find out the perfect number to make profit and those type of things. But I do feel it will take a lot out of the fun of this series, which is not really min-maxing, right? Like I did in the past. This is a lot more about surviving this crazy veteran difficulty. So that's why I'm not calculating every single small thing. Obviously, at the same time, I'm trying not to lose, which is why first we're gonna develop this before we go back to the moon. Slowly but surely, we're continuing to grow a lot of level 1 houses over here, which has enabled us to move all of this to level 2, not yet level 3, but definitely level 2. Big thing though is this is requiring more and more Nero implants in the Arctic, so we need to upgrade our Arctic production. But that's actually easier said than done. Yes, we do have tons of space left, but we're already using all 4 deposits. We have 1 deposit there, this one over here, these 2 over there, right? These are the 4 deposits that we have on this map. So we don't have another mining deposit. So it's time to claim another island right away. Let's do it. It's gonna cost us a lot of money, 150,000. And with that, we get a few new ones. What is definitely easier than Anno 1800 is we're already sharing between those 2 islands, a lot of the productions like electricity or workforce. That's gonna make, developing all of this a lot easier. But it's actually been 1 hour, ladies and gents, but we've definitely made progress. We are now on corporation level 20. And with this, we've unlocked a couple of things. But before we talk about this, let me show you what's happening. And over here in the Arctic, we have grown, right? There is definitely more people. Now we also have a second cannery over here, take care of the second fishing harbor. Obviously, all of the mines have been maximized on the first island, like I said earlier, but also on the second island, we already have this one over here completely maximized. And then we have this one to get us some energy, because we are very low on energy. And then last but not least, we have two of these Neuro module factory completely upgraded, right? Both of these are at 1000% in terms of production. And obviously, we've also put a number of modules in particular to reduce electricity because it was taking way too much electricity. And with this, we're producing a lot of neuro implants. We're actually sending almost 80 to the basin over here. And this is what we need. You know, we can see we're only at +6 because now we almost have 30,000 executive. So let's take a look at what's happening in the basin. Over here in the first island, there is no more level 1. There's a lot of level 3, a bit of level 2. So that's definitely a lot more. And then if we move to a second, you know, productions have increased. I'll show you that in a second. But also in particular over here, we have more and more population. We even have a lot of level 2. Because remember, there's always a ratio between level 1, 2, and 3. You can't just have level 3, for example. But yeah, we've been growing over here. Of course, increasing all of the productions. For example, over here, a lot of water. And it may seem like a lot, but we're only at +4. You know, we're consuming 160. This is huge. Then even on the other side of that island, we have more water, more algae, and same over here. So we are actually using all of the coastal slots for this island. There is still one more island over here, right? This island there and this bridge. So there's still a couple more, you know, that we can take, but not that many more. And then of course, we also increase all of the other production. Starting with the rice over here, right? We've grown by quite a lot. Then over here, we have the vitamins, right? A lot of vitamins. Here we have the rejuvenator, right? It starts with those buildings over here. 3 of these fully upgraded. And then many of these over here for the incubators, the intermediary one. It's actually what? 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5th one that we've just started. With this, we're making actually quite a bit of rejuvenator, so that's great, but remember, we're also gonna need them in the moon. Then we have the luxury food, 2 of these over here. It's quite a lot. It requires a lot of things. You can see a lot of wine over here, for example, as well as a lot of meat. We have 2 of these completely upgraded to 700, and then a 3rd one that we just started. All of this will require a lot of soybean, which is what you can see over here. 3 of these completely upgraded. Last but not least, the Intelliware over here. We have the final building, right? This nano textile mill. This one is fully upgraded, this one almost, and then we have 2 new ones starting in front of it. This is requiring a lot of things. First of all, the textile that's coming from over here, right? The flax. We have 2 fully upgraded, or actually 3 fully upgraded, and a 4th one starting. And then we're gonna need a lot of silicon. We have 1 mine completely full over here. It's almost 4,000 of maintenance, and a second one that has just started over here. And then all of these going then into this micro fabrication hall. This is actually one that's easy. There's only one, and it's not even fully automated, and we're still in positive. So a lot of production have been increased for sure, and we had to increase our electricity production by a lot. Remember, we have the dam that is providing 3,000, but now we have more than 3,000 for the power plants, which are a lot of those wind parks. There's many on that island there, but now we started also putting them on this island with a lot of modules, you know, as much as you can fit to get a lot of electricity. So that has been really cool. I'm not showing you minute by minute because honestly, it is a lot of the same, but don't hesitate to tell me if you have any questions, thoughts, requests. Now that we're level 20, we have actually unlocked the 3rd mission for over here, right, to get the dam, the final dam, which will bring 3,000 of electricity. That will be really good. And we've actually also unlocked the next stage on the moon. So we're gonna try to do this. Okay, first step, all good. We found the 9 mines. You know, there was 3 on each of the dams. Now, second step, we need to build and maintain 6 security departments for 15 minutes. It's not too hard. Obviously, it does cost money. But apart from that, oh, and electricity too, that's a good point. So let's build some more wind parks. Can delete them later on. Okay, and 15 minutes. So in the meantime, we can do the same on the moon. As you can see, I haven't really been developing it that much, but we have the second step, project the minefield. Attach the LSE sensor drone to your lunar expedition rover. And again, let's find the landmine. So it's a bit of a similar one. Let's find them using our drone. Oh, here it is, the first one. And I'll find the other ones. And the last one is over here, done. What is gonna be the next step? Oh, and actually we have an attack. Okay, that's not good. Maintain a stock of moon crops. Okay, well, we haven't really unlocked this yet, so that's an easy one. We need to stop. And so let's go make sure that we stop the blockade, because that's gonna be very bad for my money for sure. Okay, we finished step 3 and 4. It was just easy mission, but now step 5 is gonna be a challenge. I mean, if you're playing in the easy difficulty, not a challenge for sure, but in the highest difficulty, veteran difficulty that we're playing today, that's a bit harder. We need to maintain a credit balance, or profit if you wish, of 50,000. We've definitely made a lot of great progress. Right now I'm around 20,000, but that's still far from the 50,000. A lot better than the negative we were when we started on the moon, but still. And remember that indeed the moon and also the Arctic, they are not going to give you money. What gives you money is the temperate region. So I've continued to expand a bit. You can see over here this island now is full of houses. They're mostly level 1, so we'll be able to upgrade a number of houses. But we do have a big problem. I am nicely negative for the water, -12, and we have used all of the slots for water. You know, this is completely full over here. Same over here, we're using the 2, and on this side, right, there's no more water slot. And I'm not using any for electricity. The only thing I'm using is water and algae, because I don't have a choice, I also need that. So we're gonna need to claim the third and final part of this major island. There is also a bridge that we'll build right away to get access to 5 more. It's actually a lot, yeah. 2 on this side and 3 there. So there's definitely quite a few that are left, but yeah, this requires 1 more, which is almost 200,000 credits. The good thing is we are making a lot of money. Because first of all, I mean, I'm making a lot of money per minute, but also I've been regularly selling. As I said in a previous part of the episode, you know, I go into request and I sell a lot of my surplus, because there is a couple of things where we're making surplus, and it does provide quite a bit of money. I mean, you can see over here, for example, 40,000, that's pretty nice. But if you think we're at the end of the game, rethink that. Because this is only this sector over here in the temperate region. There are many other sectors over here, there, and there. For example, this one we could actually get right away. Maybe we should just do it. But this is a completely different map, as you can see. But this is actually in the Arctic, so I don't really need an Arctic one right away. I prefer to get a temperate one. Over here, for example, you know, we can see this is costing a lot of money, almost 2 million to get access to this one. But then we would get obviously quite a bit more space. And there's a few other, for example, this one cost a bit less. So anyway, let me now develop this a bit further, try to get to this 50,000. So I definitely have a bit more work in front of me before we start the next episode. Please smash the like button. And also please share in the comments below some love to help me get there, to help me get to this 50,000 profit, or also any questions for that you have, of course, always keen. And I always try to answer every single comment. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon.